Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at some sneaky things that Disney has been seeding and what it means for the future of Star Wars, specifically the High Republic. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee. Greetings, Exalted Ones. Greetings to all you Jedi, Padawans, and younglings out there. This is Star Wars Coffee, covering everything you need to know about the latest developments, news, and leaks in Star Wars, and as always, giving you my analysis. Star Wars: The High Republic will be set in an era when the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order are at their zenith. This is going to take place about 200 years before the events of the prequel trilogy, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. So this period in Star Wars timeline will not overlap any of the filmed features or series currently planned or in development, giving creators and partners a vast amount of room to tell their Star Wars stories with new adventures and their original characters. Now, what I think this is going to lead to is Disney's next 3 film releases, and I'm going to give you some reasons why. So, we know that Disney just recently pushed back their next 3 film releases that are theatrical releases, not like original content that goes to Disney Plus, but actual theatrical releases like the sequel trilogy was. And these films have been moved back from 2022, 2024, and 2026 to 2023, 2025, and 2027. And this coincides with the fact that Kathleen Kennedy and other heads of Lucasfilm have said it's still trying to figure out where it's going to go from The Rise of Skywalker. And if you take a look at everything that Disney is continually pushing out, new content-wise, aside from The Mandalorian, it all seems to focus on this High Republic era. They're doing this major book push, this major comic push, and beyond that, they're seeding things in other eras of Star Wars comics and lines like that. So, Charles Soule, one of the best Star Wars writers, recently put this out. He said, quote, "This is all stuff you know, but here's something you don't. I'm not done with this era of Star Wars, not by a long shot. The High Republic era is planned as a multi-year mega story, and I intend to be part of it. I've already got a few projects set for it, with more to come." So, what this indicates is that he kind of let the cat out of the bag, but if you've been in tune with this channel, you already know where this is going. So he says it's a multi-year mega story, which we already knew, but we know that going forward now. So if you take a look at the original trailer for the High Republic, which you can find on the channel, you will know that this has been in development for several years at this point, like a good 5 years at this point, that this High Republic era has been in development. So Disney's getting ready to put all of their cards in this basket because this allows them to be free of anything George Lucas touched, because they know that there's still heavy backlash from the sequel trilogy, touching things that George had created and changing what we all perceive to be a fitting end for those characters by adding these 3 films. So by setting up the High Republic, they avoid that trap, and then anything that they create can stand on its own in the same way that The Mandalorian is able to stand on its own in that regard. So, and the reason The Mandalorian can do that, by the way, some of you may be thinking, but it's still in that timeline. Yes, it is, but it takes place after Return of the Jedi and before anything Disney has started with The Force Awakens. So it's in that nice gap that they can still have it as a standalone on its own. And so what else we have to look at here is we can take a look at this. We have a seeding of a High Republic ship in an upcoming Dr. Alpha comic. You can see that image here. So what this is going to indicate furthermore is how Disney is, as you know, if you're following this channel, you're very plugged into what Disney does, is they seed things throughout different mediums, and this is how by the time they end up pushing it to a live action version, everybody is familiar with it. So this is what they're going to be doing for these upcoming films. If you've been following the channel, that is my theory. I feel like Disney's going to be putting all of their eggs in this upcoming High Republic era. They're going to be putting all their eggs in this basket because this will allow them to have that standalone and hopefully win back some of those original trilogy is what they're trying to go for. And then, so in this upcoming Dr. Alpha issue, you have that. And then furthermore, you have in this upcoming Tarkin readies to strike in Marvel's Star Wars number 7. So Star Wars number 7 is going to focus on Tarkin. And you have another High Republic era quote in there. And that goes as follows. This takes place in one of the preview panels that we can actually see. So this is actually pretty interesting given the fact that this is originally, something George touched on, but it's in a different medium, so that it's going to be, the scrutiny of it is going to be reduced from those who would normally take credence at this. And since Tarkin's not like a super main character in terms of actual films, they're going to be able to get away with this. And here's what they said. They had Tarkin say the following: "This Monroe is utilizing rhetoric and imagery associated with an obsolete criminal organization known as the Nihil. At one point, this group wreaked great havoc across a wide swath of the galaxy. They were agents of chaos." And so some of you who are thinking, okay, who is the Nihil? So this was introduced for the High Republic. It's a group of marauders who were active during the High Republic era. These were individuals of numerous species, wore heavy masks and helmets that often featured tubing, and were equipped with various weapons and pieces of armor. During the time of the High Republic, they were responsible for several attacks leaving cities in flames. A group of Jedi Padawans of the Jedi Order subsequently raced to provide aid to these places, and a number of these raiders torched the Paradise planets before causing the world to become a desolate wasteland and its framed library fall to ruin it. And so during the Imperial era, it was noted that these, of what I just told you, so now they've tied it to the High Republic. So they've tied the original to the High Republic, and they're continuing to do that with Dr. Alpha, and they're also seeding in their press releases that it's separate from anything George touched in terms of theatrical releases, which is a wise decision. But I just wanted to give you guys the seeding of when Disney announces what these next 3 films are going to be about. Don't be surprised if it's the High Republic for all of the reasons I just told you. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. May God bless you and the Force be with you always. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe. Do it! And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.